Hi everyone, I'm Chris the Camping Stitcher, and it is Friday, February 17th, 2023. This is episode 22 of my Flosstube. I am back after 2 weeks, well, a day shy, but I had an early dismissal day today from school, so I thought I would try to get my video up a little earlier. I have a lot to go over, but it's probably going to go fast. I always think I have so much, but I kind of always misjudge that. So this is a channel about mostly cross stitch, and today it'll be all cross stitch. I do have a camping story at the end, or campfire story, I like to call them. Not necessarily happen when I'm camping, but something that you would talk about around the campfire. I have so many things around me right now. It's crazy. But anyway, I want to thank you for coming back if you're a returning visitor. If you're new, welcome. I hope you find something that you like and you'll stick around. I guess I'll just get started. I have like so many notes around me and I'm feeling a little out of sorts today. Weird weather. More rain, warm, rain, then it's going to get cold. It's like lather, rinse, repeat, but no snow. So I don't know. We're almost a little bit past midway February, and we really haven't had any snow. So, we could get a horrendous storm at the end of February, beginning of March, or not get anything. And I don't think I've ever had a winter without some kind of snowstorm. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know other people have gotten hit so hard with the weather and things like that. Not here in Northwest New Jersey. It's really windy out though right now. And you know how I feel about the wind. I don't like it. Anyway, I have 4 fully finished objects to show you. 2 FOs. 1 new start, which is kind of a little bit of a fib because I did start other things, but I finished them, so they're not really new starts anymore. They're FOs. And a little tiny bit of haul because, I was bracing for market. So that's going to be a big haul when it comes in because I've already got 1 pre-order and 1 marinating. So I have to get that finished up. Anyway, and then I'll have my thank you at the end. That was for my milestone of hitting 2,000 subscribers. And thank you so much again. It was for my subscribers. So you needed to be a subscriber, you needed to be 18, and you needed to be in the US. So I will announce those a little bit later. And so let's get going. My first FO is, I just finished this one. I actually forgot I talked about it last time, but I finished it today because I came home early from work. This is Patient and Kind. This is a pattern from Team Egner on Etsy, and she's on Instagram. And I made it into a pillow. I did a little first time ruching on it. I love how it came out. It's a belated kind of Valentine's kind of lovey-dovey finish. But there's my label this is from Ever Emblem. I've talked about them before. So this was on a random piece of 36 count cream Zweigart. And the colors I used my own colors. Let me just look, because I did write them down, because I'm not that kind of person. So yes, this was a start and a finish in one day. I started this on February 3rd and finished it on February 3rd, but I just FFO'd it today. So I used Weeks Charcoal for the dark, Loden for the green, and Lancaster Red for this. I love how it came out. It's really a really cute pattern, really fast. I think it's pretty. So that is Patient and Kind. That's my littlest FFO. Now, you guys know I lied to you for most of the year about ordering frames, and then I just bit the bullet and ordered 6 frames from Art to Frames. I measured up 6 projects, I ordered the frames, and they all came within a couple of days. I have framed 3 things. I have to go down here to get them. The first one I wanted to show you is a SAL that I did with the gals I met on the Jingle Ball, and we created a group and we just decided to do a SAL together. So this is what we picked. I happened to get new patterns that day, and we picked the Maker and Mender from Brenda Gervais, and this is my finish. Fully finished. I love how this came out. This is on 36 count dirt tracks from Fox and Rabbit, and I used all the called for threads in the pattern. And I just picked a simple like fluted frame, and I pinned it just as I show in my framing tutorial. So I really love how this came out. I did not add any other initials but my own. But this is the Maker and Mender by Brenda Gervais. I'm really happy. I can't wait to hang these on the wall. I have to put the hangers on them, and then they're going to be ready. But I didn't want to hang them up and then have to take them down, so you guys see them first. This is my method here. I write a post-it note, I stick it on the finish so I can tell you what it is. All right. You saw the other 2 Hands Across the Sea samplers I did last time were Sarah Fletcher and Harriet Goddard. And I had 3 more. I did 2. I have 1 left, and that'll be for next Flosstube. But this, I want to say, is my oldest. I think this is the first one I ever started. It's not the first pattern I ever got, but it's the first one I ever started. It's Jessie Watson. I started her on March 25th, 2021, and just it was the first time I worked with 103s, and it really was kind of like I couldn't get used to them, so I kind of tucked it away. And then I took it out on January 10th of 2022 and finished it on February 15th of 2022. So this is Jessie Watson. She is done on 37 count corn tassel, and that's by, I want to say that's the Access Commodity Legacy. It's really nice linen to work on, but just weirder counts, like not 36, but it's 37. But I really love how she came out, and those are the 103s. And I did get used to working with them, and I love them now. But I picked out this frame. I got it for a couple of pieces. This is the first one I did with it, but I just loved the detail on it, and I'm really happy with how it came out. So that's Jessie Watson. Same kind of technique. I pinned it, and she's done, ready to hang her up. And then the last one is the one I really, really wanted to get framed and done. And I think this is my biggest, I want to say this is probably my biggest sampler to date. Not the biggest one I've ever worked on, but the biggest completed one. I think Liberty's Welcome might be just a tiny bit bigger, but it's a different kind of sampler. So this is Mrs. Campbell Oban. It is on 36 count wood smoke by Tabby Cat Linens. I used the called for DMC, and I did make one change to it. And I'll show that to you if I can find it. Yes, I changed the letter Y because it didn't match in the pattern, it didn't match the rest of the letters, the uppercase letters that were used. So I started this on March 5th of 2022, and I finished it on April 29th. So this is Mrs. Campbell, and I love how she came out. This is also the first time I really did that much 1/1. This is all in 1/1, the smaller letters. And I was talking to Nancy, Disorderly Stitcher, and she asked me if they were full crosses, and I was like, I couldn't tell. And I got it under a microscope, magnifier, and yeah, they're full crosses. I couldn't remember. But this is the Y that I changed. Here it is. In the pattern, it had the lowercase, what I consider a lowercase Y, where it's, you know, the long and then the short. And I just felt it didn't match. So I just charted the uppercase, and I'm really happy with it. I love the colors. This is all DMC. So when Nicola, she explained one time that when she charts for silks and she charts, she makes sure that the colors, she doesn't just convert the colors from her chart. She actually looks at the DMC and makes sure it matches the actual sampler. And she does the same thing with her silks. So you can be sure that you're going to get a very, very similar color effect if you use the DMC. And I'm very happy with it. So that is Mrs. Campbell, and she's going to be right hanging up there. Going to hang her up this weekend. I am so excited that I finally got those framed. The next thing, I'm sorry, I keep going off. The next thing that I'm going to frame is going to be Sarah Spencer. And that will mean that I have every Hats sampler that I ever finished framed, which is, I think, which is really cool. I think, yeah, because everything else I'm still working on. So those are all my FFOs. So now my FOs, I have 2 of those. One of them I had to start because I've seen this sampler so many times, and I think, I want to say, I kind of think Shanda Stitching in Idaho has it done, and I think I've seen Christy from Daisy K. Could be wrong, but I think they both have it on their walls, I think. Anyway, it is the Mary Bell Sampler by Lori Rippey, and it's a little sampler, and I just always admired it, and I just didn't realize it was a PDF, and I went bing, ding, add to cart, ching, ching, bought it. So I started this, let's see, on February 4th, and I finished it on February 11th. And it is done on 36 count flannel flower from Fox and Rabbit. And I think it's so cute. It's adorable. It's pretty. I mean, it's not cute, like, you know, whimsical cute, but it's just the size of it. I think it's just 6-ish by 6-ish. And I want to frame it in like a chunky black brownie rustic frame. So I have to look for that. I'm thinking chunky, but I could change my mind. But this is so pretty. And it's, I think it's like 5 colors. I did it in the DMC. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 colors. 5 colors. And it's just, I just love it. I cannot wait. And I love flannel flower. It's one of my favorite linens, Fox and Rabbit. I could have yards of it and be so happy. And yep, she's done. So I have to frame that. But, you know, I let the other ones sit around and marinate for a while, so why not let them sit around and marinate? I don't know. And then I started 3 things last weekend. It was kind of a little ridiculous, but, you know, I'm gonna stick with my own stitchosophy of it's either living here separately or it's living in a project bag together, and I started it. So I'm not going to feel bad about it, but sometimes you get on those tears and you're like, what am I doing? Starting so many projects. But it's good when you finish one. So I started this because I don't have anything. I have not a single decoration for St. Patrick's Day. Italian. But I celebrate, but that's probably why. Anyway, Luck of the Irish from Primrose Cottage Stitches. Love it. This was so fast. Did I even write it down? No, I did not. I don't even know when I started it. I want to say I started it, yeah. I started it on Saturday, and I just finished it yesterday. Oh, let me just do the white thing. Okay, put it on a white piece of paper so you can see it. It is so cute. It's going to be finished into a pillow. 3 colors of DMC, and I have no idea what fabric this was. It was just, I kind of throw my scraps, well, you know, big enough pieces to use again, and I didn't mark this one, and I'm suspecting, maybe it might be a piece of hazelwood. I'm not sure, from Faber on a Whim, or I wish I could tell you, but it's a scrap of 36 count, and it looks really cute. 3 colors of DMC. It's going to be a pillow. I have to go to Hobby Lobby and get some, I want to get some appropriately colored fabric, something St. Patty's Day-ish. So I'm really happy with that. So those are my FOs. That's it. Like I said, I had new starts. That was a new start and a finish. Nancy, the Disorderly, and Stitcher and I were talking about a couple of start-alongs we wanted to do together. And I decided that, sure, sounds like a good time to do that. So we were both talking about starting Redwork Pairs by Annie B's Folk Art. And so I did. It's a really small start. I don't even know. I don't really have the right to show you this. Just a little small start. It is on 36 count Dolly Madison. That's what I decided to do them on. And it is with the Called For Cranberry Cocktail by Dinky Dyes, which is very nice, but it's very twisty. I noticed it's kind of like a little kinky. So started that, but the really big start was something that I've been talking about for years, and I posted it. Okay, big story, little story. In my Instagram feed, this popped up. Eleanor from For the Love of Stitches. She's working on this in her 5x5. And so she had posted a picture, and it was in DMC, and then her Flosstube came up in my YouTube feed, and I went and I watched her latest one where she showed it, and I was like, I posted her channel. I put a link to her channel in the Facebook, the Camping Stitcher Facebook group, and Nancy wrote back and said, when are we starting it? So that was the push I needed. So we both, Nancy had a pre-Super Bowl Zoom, and while we were Zooming, we both started it, and that is my little start. But look it. It's DMC. Here's just the colors. I'm going to do, this is on 36 count Baby Sheep by X Jude Designs. I am going to stitch that border, just the vine. I'm going to do the border around because I want to, this is a lot of fabric. I want to cut the fabric and I don't want to cut it until I've done the border. Or just that, you know, the outline of the vine. So, yes, that is being worked on. It's finally, I bought that. That is the first Hands Across the Sea chart I ever bought back when I started, back in 2020 when I started back to cross stitch. And then I just kept it here because I was very afraid. And then I went back and forth once I wasn't really afraid of it anymore. I went back and forth about, should I get the silks? Should I do the DMC? And once Eleanor showed hers in DMC, it was done. And I think Sweetwater Stitcher, Jessica, I think she also is working on it. And I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, Jessica, I think she's doing the DMC as well. I think. I hope I got that right. Anyway. So those are my new starts. So let me check my notes because I really feel like episode 23 will have the new segment back. Things I forgot to tell you. Because I really felt kind of scattered today. Okay. Oh, I did forget to show you one thing. I had another FFO. My goodness. I didn't get to show it to you. Hang on 1 minute. I showed it to you as an FO, but not as an FFO. I think. Well, guess what? If I showed it I don't think I showed it last time. Anyway, this is the 2023 Collector's Heart from Heart in Hand. And I framed it. It was one of my other frames. I hope I'm not repeating myself, but, you know, I am 60, so give me a little leeway. The frame I purchased on Amazon. I'll link it below. I am an affiliate. It doesn't cost you anything to use the link, but if you don't want to, that's fine. I'm not doing Flosstube to make money, so. But I really love the way it came out. And I used all the called for that came with the kit. I just did 1/2. I did not do 2/2. So. And that was done in plenty of time for Valentine's Day. I don't think I showed that to you guys. I framed. But if I did, I'm sorry. You know, it's stitching, so I think we're okay with seeing it one more time. But, okay. So, see, I would have forgotten that, and now maybe I won't have that segment next time. I don't know. Okay. So, my whips that I've been working on. I'm doing whip go, and my whip go is to touch something 4 times of one of my chosen whips on the chart. So I did get quite a bit done on ES Spot Sampler. I'm sorry for the wrinkles, but you know me. I only want to iron it right before I'm going to frame it. I don't want to subject things to irons too much. So this is where I am. And it's not a very big, that's how big it is. It's not a very big sampler, but I got quite a bit done. Mostly on this side over here. You know, there's going to be, the white shows up when you get close to it. But this is on Flannel Flower. I believe it's Flannel Flower, yes. By Fox and Rabbit. And I'm using the DMC. I love it. I'm going to keep working on it. I think I can get quite a bit more done on it in the next 2 weeks before, we head into March. And then I actually already fulfilled my whip go goal on this because I've worked on it more than 4 times. So that's one. And then the other one I pulled out today because it's my Winter Sampler SAL with Stitchy Linda. And now see, this is even in a hoop. But I've gotten some work done on the house. So this is a Crochet to Go-Go. Don't ask me what fabric it's on. Desert Taipan by Fox and Rabbit. They seem to be one of my very favorite. But it's really fun to work on. And I pulled it out this morning, and I just did, I finished the roof. I wanted to show you guys. I finished the roof and started the window dormers, the stitching around those. So I'll work my way across to get to the other side where this blue flower, and then I want to get the other owl done. I just love that little tree with the cardinals in it. How cute is that? Crochetta Go-Go. She's got beautiful patterns. So those are my whips. Oh my god, I keep turning my papers over and my notes over. I do have a little bit of haul. Just a tiny bit. Because like I said, I placed a pre-order for like 7 patterns. Every single Brenner Gervais, except the bunnies. And now I have another pre-order going with the heart and hand. It's just so pretty. Anyway, I have placed an order for more Hemingway because I used my piece of Hemingway, and I feel like everybody needs to have Hemingway in their stash. So that came. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Love it. I have, the next time, I'll probably have my Fox and Rabbit fabric of the month, but it didn't ship yet. Soon. And then I, Ellen Reed, Maximum Cross Stitch, put out a new pattern, the Friendship Sampler, and, my gosh. You know what? Holly, Mrs. Jones Stitches, is doing the Pick Your House SAL. I'll put it in the description box. It's pick something with a house. And I don't know the exact hashtag. I'm sorry, Holly. But I will put it in the drop-down box. This might be the one that I do for the house. And Ellen gives you, like, options. So you don't have to put these initials in if you don't want to put initials in. You don't have to put the people in. She gives you, there's charted extras. Go watch her Flosstube. I'll link it. But there's charted extras to fill in, or you can shorten it, or there's alternatives to the cartouche. So pretty. So I might have to start it. I don't know. We'll see. Might be a little overwhelmed. I did order from, these came from Amazon, but they're from Kelmscott. And they are the vineyard scissors. And they're just so cute. I don't know if you could see the detail on them. Oh, here. It's not showing up. There's like some lines, and they're called the vineyard scissors. I'll link them. They were, because, you know, I lost my Dovos. So I had found 2 pair of Dovos on eBay probably like over a year ago. And it was a large pair and a little pair. And when I say little, about that size. And it was right before Dovo went, discontinued their embroidery scissors. And this gentleman was selling quite a few of them in pairs on eBay. And I got them for like just an amazingly low price. I want to say, I can't remember. They were under $60 for the 2 pair. So I lost my small pair and I couldn't find them. And I was like, oh my God, I think I took them camping and I don't remember what I did with them. And I was going to work the other day and I wanted to take this with me, upside down, Chris, this with me to work on at lunch. And I had taken out, I have a small Teresa Kogut project bag, and I took it out to shove this in, and I shoved everything in. I shoved the 3 skeins of floss and the chart and the fabric, and I stuck it in the bag, went to work, never worked on it, came home, pulled it out to work on it, and I just saw this glint of gold in the bag, on the bottom of the bag. The inside of the bag is black, and there they were. I just put the project bag away and never even took the scissors out, but I'm really glad I found them, and I'm only missing one other pair. I don't know why they go missing on me, but I think everybody has the same problem. And they were a pair I bought on Amazon, and it was like just a pretty pair. It wasn't like anybody, they weren't expensive. I have one more thing to show you. Hang on a second. When I say one more thing, I don't mean one more thing. I mean, I have more things to show you, but anyway. The other piece of haul, well, there's this. Darlene Dion Designs. She put out the cutest cross-stitch pattern. All roads lead to the Stitchy shop. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. I'm making this, and it's going over my door so that when I leave, I know I have to go to a Stitchy shop. Like, I need to do that. But isn't that cute? I'll link her. It's so adorable. Look at the little cars. I just love it. And she's got one says gifts, then it's the Stitchy shop and a cafe. So cute. Love it. So I bought that, bought the fabric. The other thing I bought, because I had seen this Chelsea from, she's stitching Ren on Instagram, but she is Annie B's daughter, Chelsea, and then there's Belle. She had shown some cases that she found at Target, some jewelry cases, and how she made one over into a Stitchy case, because all those hand and lock cases are so like expensive. But this, so cute, is with your red card. It was like $19 at Target. So I happened to be at Target and saw it. So now oh my gosh, hopefully I can show it to you. Okay, so in here there was a foam ring insert, so I pulled them out, and I took a piece of sticky board, and I put some blackbird fabric on it, and I put a little magnet underneath it so the needles can go there. And then on this side, it was like don't mind that. It was divided into 4 sections, and I just pulled the sections out. They came out really easy. Like, this one's a little loose. I might have to glue that in. I didn't want to take them all out because I kind of wanted that division, because I wanted to put some tools, and I didn't want them to get crazy all over the place. But you can hang your scissors here. I have my little mascara brush here. My, what do you call them? Ties to hold up extra fabric. My spool to hold up extra fabric. My thread heaven, cuticle cream, thread seam ripper, and snag nabbit. So I thought for $19, that was a really nice way to get a Stitchy case that didn't break the bank and left more money for charts. So that was the other. I almost forgot to show that to you guys. So that is it for my whips, for my finishes. There's just a couple of more things I wanted to talk about before I got to the winners. My plans. So I have to pull out a tasket because that was my other whip go. I only touched it one time, so I'm not even, it's not even, you wouldn't even notice that I did anything on it. So that is going to have to come out this weekend. I'll be working on Yan Tong. I'll be working on the Winter Sampler and ES Spot. So that's going to be the rest of February. I wanted to thank everybody. I think I did it. Did I do it after? Yes. That participated in the weekend 4x4. There were a lot of you, and you posted what you were working on, and it was great. We had a great time. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people are asking me if I'm going to do another one, and I did post that we are doing another one. It's going to be March 4th and 5th, and it's the hashtag weekend, the number 4, BY4. And it originally it was similar to the 6x6, but I think I had quite a few people say, do I have to do cross stitch? No, you don't have to do cross stitch. Any kind of stitching, quilting, crocheting, whatever you want to work on, just take 4 hours for you, and do what you want to do stitch wise, and post. So I'll post, I posted the information on the Facebook group. It's the Camping Stitcher on Facebook, and the link will be in the box. You don't have to join the group. Don't feel pressure to do that. I'll also post it on Instagram. Have fun with it. It'll be, it's like what, in 2 weeks? Yeah. And I'll make sure I post when I'm, right before we're going to do it, and just, let me know what you're working on. Post it in your Instagram. Post it. If you don't want to join the group, you can just hashtag it. Hashtag it and tag me in it, and I'll follow those hashtags. So that's one thing we did. I did have a Stitchy Zoom the other night in the Camping Stitcher group, and quite a few people showed up, and it was fun. It was the first time I ever hosted a Zoom. I've used Zoom, but I've never done the whole linking thing, because it was through work, and I was always given the link, so I never had to generate it, which is no big deal, I found out. But I was really nervous. But it was fun. We stitched for 2 hours. It was nice. So I'll be doing that from time to time. So that I do post in the Facebook group. So that's probably the way you'll find out about that. And it's just general stitching and chit chat. So we did it. Thank you everybody who showed up for that. That was a lot of fun. And I did come up with what I hope is a really good idea. I belong to, and this is because I like to give credit where credit's due, I belong to a Hawk Run Hollow stitching Zoom. Happens once a month. And I got to thinking, well, there's all these other designers I love and would love to just sit around and stitch on, a Hands Across the Sea with a bunch of people that are stitching on Hands Across the Sea. So I thought, well, why don't we just do a general group like that, maybe once a month. We'll feature a designer. So the first one is going to be on February 28th. It's a Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've posted about it, and I've had a good bit of interest on it. I'm getting a little nervous because I have a pro account on Zoom, so I can only, I'm not saying 100 people are going to show up, but if that happens, just please know I will try to work out a better method for the following time that we do it. But it's called the Feature Designer Stitch Night. The first one we're going to do is on the 28th. I'm just checking my calendar because you know what? I've been doing some boneheaded moves lately. I actually was going to do that Stitchy Zoom on Valentine's Day. It's just like we did it Monday instead. But yes, it's Tuesday the 28th. Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher, and I are going to do it. We're going to post the Zoom links on, either one of our, on both of our Facebook groups. I'll put a note, a post up on Instagram about it. If you don't have Facebook, I've had quite a few people DM me. Remind me that day. Send me a private message, and I will send you the link, if you really want to be on it. All are welcome. You don't have to be stitching on hats. But if you're interested in a Hands Across the Sea sampler, I'm hoping what happens in the Zoom is that we all show what we're working on, and you can see different examples of it, and different choices in fabric and threads and what you can in different sizes. There's, I posted one, actually posted two different samplers from the Hands Across the Sea site. One of them was really cute. I think I want to get that one too. Mary Priest. It's a small sampler, and it's really a nice one to start with. It looks like there's no like special stitches in it. It's just all cross stitch. It's suitable for Ada linen. Oh, it's true. You get dry throat. So join us. If you have any questions, just message me or put it in a comment. I did have another question about showing my stitchy wall, and I will make a short video once I hang up the other samplers. I just have a little wall over in front of me where my TV is. I would really like to paint the wall, but right now it's just paneling. But I figure if I cover it with enough samplers, I won't have to look at the paneling. So that's a good reason to do samplers. So anyway, it was a little tangent. So yes, those two things. March weekend 4x4, which is March 4th and 5th, and the Featured Designer Stitch Night Zoom, which is February 28th. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to, I'll try to answer all the comments. I will never, I may answer your comments, but I won't ever ask you to follow a link. I won't ever ask you to do any of those things that seem to be going around right now. So I think we're all aware, and I think if we know, we could use our spidey sense and know not to answer those things. All my thank yous, I'll announce them. Actually, I might try to contact you privately, but I'm even nervous about doing that because I don't want you to think it's spam. So my contact information is in the description box, so I think that's probably the best way to do it. Yeah, so why don't I get to that? So I had two prizes. Nope, don't want to say that. I had two thank yous. Ooh. Two thank yous for my 2,000 subscriber milestone, and I'm gonna try to insert the little Winnie thing here or at the end. Maybe I'll do it at the end. That way you can see, wow, is it me? Yeah, that's me. The first one was for the word prim, and that was for the flower market flowers and the prim and proper, and one of our floss binders. My husband makes these, and they're in our Etsy shop, and that's in the description box. I hadn't really put that in because I don't know, but this has been selling pretty well. So, and people have asked when I mentioned it last time. So it's for one of the floss binders and the little floss bling. Little floss bling. So the winner for that one is Owl and Gator Stitcher. Owl and Gator Stitcher. You won. You have my gratitude for prim. Oh my God, I gotta stop saying the keywords. And then the other thank you went to, which was Stars. And that was for Stitchy Stars. Another floss binder. The Sew by Row pattern, and another floss bling. That went to Rhonda LaFleur. Fleur? F-L-E-U-R. So Rhonda and Owl and Gator, email me and we'll work that out. So, sorry about that, guys. I just, we're so used to saying certain things and now we can't because people ruined it. Oh, darn people. So, the other thing that I talk about is my playlist for the week. So this week I've been watching a little bit of Flosstube, and I mentioned her for the Love of Stitches. Eleanor, she does a lot of samplers, and she's in the UK. Yes, Yorkshire. She's also got another channel called Yorkshire Dolly Mixture. So I'll link both of them below. The other one I have been watching is Grandma Nana Stitches. Her name is Linda, and she's just, I love the things that she stitches, and I just really enjoy watching her. She does a little crochet. I think she is Mimi Stitch's mom. I'm pretty sure she mentioned it. So those are two that I wanted to share with you. And now the time has come for the campfire story. So if you are not interested, I will see you next time. Thanks for sticking with me. For all my jibber jabber and all my scattered brainness today. I'm telling you, this week has really gotten to me. I am just so, my brain's coming out my ears. And there's just been a lot going on. I just, there's so, people are so people-y sometimes, and, I would just want you guys to know that when you come here, I'm not, this is me, this is it. This is what I am in real life. I'm not putting on any airs, or, it's just, I hope it comes across that way. I'm doing Flosstube because I like to share. I'm not doing it because I want to, make a money or, get things or any of that stuff. It's just because I want to share, and I like the community, and I feel supported and welcome, and you guys have always left me some really nice comments. And I appreciate it. So thank you. This week's campfire story. I really had a hard time deciding which one I was going to tell. So not camping. We're going to talk about something that happened here, which is kind of like, what we live out. You don't realize how rural it can get in some areas. In New Jersey, where I am, is pretty rural. We have a lot of wildlife, and when we moved here, we were on a dirt road. We have bear. We have bobcat. We were told we have deer, all the other stuff. We have just tons of critters. We were told when we moved in that there were bobcat in the area, and you could hear them in the winter at night screaming. I'm telling you, we lived here for a very long time. Never heard screaming at night. Never, ever heard it. I would go outside sometimes in the winter, and we would just sit there and listen to see if we would hear a bobcat. Never heard it. Nope. I want to say we moved here in 1990. 1990? Yes, 1990. We put the addition to our house on in, I think it was 2005. It was finished in February, and I want to say this was October, because it was cool, but we had the windows open because it was still a little bit warm at night. We had the windows open. We were sound asleep. And the next thing you know, my husband and I are standing up on either side of the bed, looking at each other going, what in the world was that? And it was a bobcat. And he was coming up the driveway, and he went around what is our side of the house, which is the bedroom, screaming the whole way, calling. I don't know what you call what a bobcat does, but, and then up, because our property goes up like this, up. Now we have a chicken coop back there, and we were like, oh no. But, it's pretty, my husband buries the wire, and he does the whole, protect the chickens things, and went around our bedroom. And now our bedroom is, because the way our house sits into the hill, it's like on a second story, but it's really just on the garage, the exposed garage. So we didn't have to worry about, like, you'd be like, oh, oh, it's like right next to my window. No, our windows are quite a bit off the ground. Went around the side of the house and up into the pasture, screaming the whole time. And I'm telling you, I've never been woken out of a sound sleep like that. And it hasn't happened since. I haven't heard it since. Sometimes fox will be around and they'll like yell, and they kind of sound shrieky, but not like that. That, if you ever wonder if you would know what you heard was what you heard, you hear a bobcat scream. Yep. We got up the next morning after we were up for a little while because kind of shaken. And we went on the internet and did all the, research on the sounds of, lynx and bobcat. And yep, that's what it was. So it is 2023. And that's the only time I've ever heard bobcat. Which is fine. I'm good with that. I'm good. Don't need it. Perfectly fine. One time was, yep, good enough for me. But that's my campfire story for this week. Trying to, I'm going to talk to my kids and get some more stories from them, but I'm like running out of stories to tell you guys, I think. But maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's it. I am going to have a little stitchy time this long weekend. We have off on Monday for President's Day. And I hope you get some stitchy time in too. I'll see you again in 2 weeks. It'll be March, and then it will be April. And April 15th is my 1-year Stitchiversary, or Flosstube-versary. It's not my Stitchiversary. So I'm going to be thinking about thank you for that. And I can't believe it's getting close to a year. So, and it happens to fall on a Saturday, so that works out fine and dandy for my Flosstube making. So, anyway, enjoy your weekend. Have a great 2 weeks. Hope you're healthy and well, and I hope you come back and stitch away. Bye.